Come join Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers.
Hey y'all, welcome to episode 81 of C Chats, aka Consignment Chats. I just like C Chats so much better.
Libby,
how you doing?
Great. Just busy, building a resourceful community of collaborative resellers.
Look at you throwing out our mission statement. You just the bomb. I like the way you just throw it in there.
Just get it in there. Yeah.
All right. Episode 81. What has
See it with C Chats.
See it with C Chats.
Yeah. So these have been really well received. Start to finish, different businesses, how they do it, what their day-to-day processing of items looks like. And today we have Ashley of A B Consignment, and we did a spotlight on her previously that I'll link up. But it's going to be really interesting, and I know she does things a little bit differently, as we all do. So this is going to be great.
Yeah. All right, let's go meet up with her.
Let's go.
So as promised, y'all, here she is. One of our favorites, Ashley from A B Consignment. We just adore her. If y'all missed her episode that we've had her on before, you better head on back. Actually, Libby will link that up in the show notes, right?
Oh, yeah, I will.
So y'all can hear more about Ashley, but she's here to share some exciting things, right?
Yeah, so we're doing one of our See It with C Chats episodes. I know you guys love them because you were able to see exactly what is involved with the process and what you're getting into if you're thinking about this life. So, all right, Ashley, welcome. Let's start from the beginning.
Beginning of where?
All right, so let's start with, you get your consignments. We've talked all about where people get their consignments. All right, you get a bag of consignments. Where and how do you start the process?
So I know that some of you guys do this as well, but I think a little over a year ago, I started doing a consignment haul video on Instagram. Mm-hmm. So I used to just process it, how I'm going to go into later, but I started going through the boxes or bags. Lots of trash bags.
I was going to say, typically more trash bags than boxes.
Yes, lots of trash bags of clothes that are dropped off to me live on Instagram. It's kind of fun and it's kind of gross at the same time because you're going through these drop-offs that, most of the time they're wonderful.
Right.
But sometimes there's things that sneak in there. And I go through it live, so I'm excited. And, I got the idea because people do thrift hauls all the time. Mm-hmm. I was like, well, I can't do a thrift haul. That's really sad. And then I was like, I could just do a consignment haul because I typically post one client a week. So I'll take that person's haul, drop off, and I'll do it in that week. So then on Saturdays, sometimes Sundays, I'll go on Instagram in the morning and I will do a haul video of what that person dropped off and what is probably, but not always, getting listed that week.
I like the way you left that little leeway there. Probably, but not always.
Yeah. So we try to do a similar thing on Instagram, Insta Resale Therapy, where we'll unbox consignments as well. But it sounds like this is an absolute part of your process, step one.
I love that.
Yeah.
If y'all have not seen it, I know, Libby, you've seen it. I know we've both been to Ashley's unbagging or unboxing. So you guys got to make sure you check that out on her Instagram because it is a lot of fun.
Yes.
Yeah, I do it live and then I post it on as a video so anybody can go back later and watch it. And then if people ever have questions about an item, I've sold a lot from those. I have some people that regularly jump on just to shop them. And then, later down the line, some people shop them as well. So it takes a lot of steps out of the consignment process because they're getting sold right then and there.
And then they get first dibs. Those that watch the video might grab that item before it goes out to the rest of the public.
Exactly. 100%.
Yeah, I love that as a first step. That is just brilliant, because I would say the less times you have to touch something, right? So if you're taking it out and it sells at the same time, you've just saved yourself a boatload of time, and that's money. So very cool. Now, all right. So process wise, you go live on Instagram, you sell, let's say a couple of those items sell from your haul. What do you use to ring them up, to send an invoice? What does that look like?
So I typically invoice through PayPal. There is one or two people that I know IRL, not URL. And those people can pay me cash or Venmo or whatever is convenient for them. Some of them even pick up from my house directly. But for the most part, it's invoiced through PayPal. That way you have the security for shipping and everything else. Otherwise, you could be in a situation, and I know it's probably happened to everybody, where you send something via PayPal and they're like, I didn't get it, or whatever the case is. So there's no seller protection that way. So I typically use PayPal invoicing.
Okay, excellent. All right, so we got those. You've invoiced through PayPal. You've done all that. The items that you didn't sell when you did your haul go through, I'm going to call that your regular consignment process or your regular process. And where do you start there?
Great question. So they totally go through my regular consignment process. Now, when I'm doing the haul video, my guest bedroom / office is a complete hot mess. So I will hold up an item for everybody to see. And then when I'm done, I throw it in piles on the floor. So I have shoes in one corner, jeans, dresses, shirts, accessories. So that way I batch my work later. It's already sorted. And I also have a no thank you pile right by the door. Right by the door.
As you walk out.
As you walk out, I can just take it right out.
Okay. Wow. All right. Yeah. We love batching.
Reusing that trash bag as you walk that out the door.
Exactly. And I mean, sometimes it's stuff that the person may have missed, or they thought maybe she's going to want it. Maybe she's not going to want it. Right now I'm wearing a t-shirt, and I'm wearing it because I love it, but it has these 3 little pinholes. I know that they're there, but somebody else might not notice they're there. So when I'm holding it up and everything, I'll be oh, can't solve that. So there it goes. But when somebody's cleaning out their closet, they're not going to see necessarily all those little flaws and stuff like that.
Right.
Sure. And I mean, I noticed a lot of times we don't see them until we're photographing, right? Sometimes something shows up in a photograph that never showed up to the naked eye or, on camera.
And there have even been times where we've missed it photographing it, and somebody will send a question, say, is that a spot on the left shoulder? And you're like, no, and then you look and you're like, oh, I totally missed that. I totally missed that. And I feel like I have eagle eyes, but you miss them. I mean, you do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we're only human. So we miss things. We're human. And then when it's your own item, you typically overlook a lot of things because you're like, oh, I love that shirt, or you just are so used to wearing it and washing it and putting it away that you might not even know that as a consignor.
Right.
Yeah. Excellent point. Excellent point. All right. So you have those and you have them sorted or you have them sorted. What do you use to enter your inventory and track your consignments? So are you photographing them first, entering them into inventory? What does that look like?
So for me, that looks like I take my pictures first, typically on a Monday or a Tuesday. And I measure all those items. So I'll photograph them, measure them, continue throwing items out that don't meet the standards, things of that nature. When I photograph them, and then they go into a pile, and then I measure them. And when I
got a quick question. Where are you putting your measurements? Do you have a notepad, or are you putting a handy dandy notebook?
All right. Yes. Old school. Yeah.
I am so old school. And this way also, I can rip this paper off and I can carry it with me when I want to do listings on the go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I said that's smart. Yes. On the go.
So I always use ruled paper. So I always put the size on the side. And then I start with the item brand, and then next to that, the measurements. And all my measurements are always the same. So I always do them in the same order. So it keeps everything very uniform for me. When I do that, it's shoulder to hem, across the chest, across the waist, sleeve. And that's for shirts and dresses. And then for pants, it's across the waist, rise, inseam, and then outseam.
Okay, so you put all your measurements are in the same order. I do very similar, except I do it in our consignment software. So, all right, so you're doing that. You have your measurements, you have your photos. Where do your photos reside when you take them?
So they go right from my phone
Mm-hmm.
into my computer. I have Apple everything. So it's like a seamless transfer.
Mm-hmm.
And I edit them in Photo Room. And I pay for the bulk for the $69.99 for the year because I find it completely worth it.
I do too. I agree.
All right. So are they just do you have drafts started? Like, do you use anything to store them other than your computer?
I do not use anything to store them. So the first thing that I will do, I will edit them. And when I edit them, I will do one listing edit at a time. So I will edit all the pictures for a shirt and then the next shirt at a time. And I will create drafts after I edit that group of photos. So real quick, I'm going to share my screen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And these are all pictures that I edited this morning.
Oh, they look great.
Right? So,
all right, so you do your drafts first in Poshmark.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
So I do. And I only do the photos. So I only edit the photos and add them in, and then I save that draft. So there's nothing else in there.
Okay. Yep.
So then after I do that, and I have all of the batched photos edited in, I'm going to stop sharing my screen for a second. I will create those drafts and I will list in Poshmark the entire items that I have for that week. And I will do that probably over the course of 2 days.
Okay.
After I enter them into Poshmark, I have a spreadsheet that a friend of mine whose fiance is a reseller helped me create. So it is an Excel spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to share my screen again. I just opened it up.
Your photos look beautiful in Poshmark. They look absolutely gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much.
Really beautiful.
Quickly ask a question about your photos. You say you take your photos on your phone and then you edit them. Do you not take them straight through the Photo Room app on your phone?
No, I don't.
It's curious. I know people do both. I do mine right from the app, just and edit them.
And you take them and it edits them right there?
Yeah, it edits them right as you take it. It edits. You can, like, if they're a little yellow, you just slide the thing, take the yellow out, and then save them in my phone. I was just curious. Yeah, I know I hear about Libby. You like to do yours from your phone first, right? Because
I do. I don't like to do a lot of things from my phone. I find it much easier to do on the laptop or the desktop. So
I have like a split thing. Like I pretty much exclusively list and type on my computer, but photos I edit on the phone, and then my phone shoots them directly to my computer. Mm-hmm. But like all my shipping and like spreadsheet maintenance is all done on the laptop.
Gotcha. Right.
So I just hid all my consigners' names so I can show you my spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm. I'm sure they appreciate that.
So I'm going to share my screen again. So this is an Excel spreadsheet that was created with me. So what happens is, I'm going all the way to the top. It is listed by size. We have size, brand, description, whether it has new with tags, any notes about the item, the date it was listed. Then I have, this is the super fun part. The date it sold, the place it sold, the price it sold for, if I paid any shipping fees, what the fees taken out were, what the net is, what their percentages, and what my percentage is.
Okay.
Perfect.
So what do you generally do as a split for your consigners?
So I have 3 different levels. So I have under 100, is 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
If it sells for between $100 and $250, it is 60-40 in their favor. And if it sells for over $250, it's 70-30 in their favor.
Okay.
Right.
Very good. And that is after fees, correct? It looks like you take the fees out
Yes, correct.
first. Okay.
So like some of the notes, most of the notes just have to do with there's missing beads, things like that. I do have some consigners who have very specific, this woman right here, she collects Lily Pulitzer.
Mm-hmm.
So she will give me the print name, the style name, all types of things when she gives
Oh,
me
how
these.
nice.
And she will also give me minimums that I can accept for it because she just knows that value.
Gotcha.
Okay. That's great to have somebody that knows that like that.
Exactly. It's fantastic. So let's say this dress sold right here. So
Mhm.
I would say today is 7/6/22. It sold, let's see, on Poshmark. So then if I type Posh 1, that's going to do a 50-50 split. I say it sold for $25. I hit tab. The fees automatically come out. The net is right here, and then there is their percentage, and there is my percentage.
Great. Great.
Awesome. Perfect.
So now let's say I gave a shipping discount.
Aha.
It automatically does that for me.
Now, how many different platforms do you have set up that you would sell on?
I have 3 set up because sometimes I sell on Macari. Well, actually I have 4. So sometimes I sell on Macari, sometimes I do not. Right now it's not active. I just have too much going on. So I have Posh, eBay, in-person sales, which would be like from the consignment things, or if I did I used to do pop-up shops pre-COVID. So they would be on there, and then Macari.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right. Next question is, you have all this. I totally see. Thank you. This is great. It's a very clear explanation of how to process it. What you want to put it on another platform, right? So you showed us how you get the draft started in Poshmark. How do you cross list? What does that look like for you?
I use List Perfectly to cross list. That is my I guess app, or it's not an app, but what is it?
Platform.
Browser installation of choice.
Yeah, that's what we use. We love it. We're huge fans of List Perfectly and everything they do, especially their community and the way they support their users. So yeah, we do that. So then how do you decide where you're going to list something, or does everything get cross-listed?
Everything gets cross-listed.
Everything gets cross-listed. Okay.
Yeah, there is nothing that doesn't. I mean, I used to pick and choose, but then I figured, why? It makes it harder at the end for me to remember where I need to delist it from and everything like that. It doesn't give it the viewership or the eyes that it could have, because you don't know who's going to be searching for what.
Yeah.
Right.
So what's the time frame between listing it on Poshmark, getting it done, and then the cross listing? Do you do that right away, or do you wait before you cross list?
So I am super how I do things is very, I don't know, OCD maybe. So Mondays, typically, sometimes Tuesdays, I take pictures. Wednesdays and Thursdays, I list. Fridays and Saturdays, if necessary, I'll cross list.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. That's great. All right. So you're selling things. It sounds like most of what you do is consignment. Okay. How do you do the payouts? Let's say you're done and you don't have to provide a screen share or anything like that. Generally, what's your process for paying out your consigners? Is there an end period to your consignment? How does that work?
So for me, I have until the 15th of the next month to pay. So right now we have June payments are processing. So I'll have until July 15th to send everybody their payments. I take my spreadsheet, I sort it by date sold, I copy and paste it into another spreadsheet. And then I delete the sold items from that one. When I do that, I also use that second spreadsheet for my tax purposes for my accountant. So he can see like where everything sold, what my seller fees were, things like that. And I also at the end of the month put in my storage unit fee. I put in my eBay subscription fee. I put in any poly mailers that I had to pay for. If I bought, packing tape, anything like that. So everything is done and itemized monthly, and then I can send it to him with the click of a button.
Awesome. Oh, that's nice.
Awesome.
You're so organized. I like this.
She is. Do you remember from the spotlight? That was her piece of advice: is keep everything organized. No matter what you do, be organized. I remember that. It sticks with me. Sometimes I'll be like, "What would Ashley do?"
Almost made her spit her drink.
Yes, I will spit my drink out. My husband thinks I'm too organized. He's always like, "Oh, where is this?" And I'm like, "It's where it should be." And he's like, "You got to stop moving things." I'm like, "You just have to stop leaving things in the inappropriate places."
Everything should have a place. I try in my house to say nothing comes into the house unless it has a place. Like unless it has, except my consignments. Yeah. They're the exception. They are. All right, you have what does your volume look like as far as how many active pieces you have?
Between 800 and 1200.
Between 800 and 1200. Okay, so that's a significant amount. Tell us a little bit about, all right, it's been listed, it's for sale. Then what happens? Where is it?
Well, from there.
Funny you should ask. Sorry, my cat and my dog are fighting. So if they start, knock it off. If they start acting crazy. So
real life.
Everything gets folded after I measured it and put into a plastic gallon Ziploc bag. I got them from Walmart and I reuse them religiously. I am a huge anti-plastic person. It is not my preferred anything. I even buy mailers that are made from corn and they're compostable. I just hate plastic. However, if you don't want things to smell and you don't want bugs and there is necessary plastic times. So it gets put into a plastic bag and then I put it in, each consignor has their own bin or bins.
Okay.
So I put them in the plastic bag in their own bin or bins. If they have a large amount of items with me, they will probably have multiple bins. And at the bottom of every listing, they have a 3-letter code that corresponds with their name and the city that they live in.
Okay.
I like it.
Thank you. So it would be like TCW would be somebody's code. And all their bins have their first and last name and then that 3-letter code at the bottom of it. And then I just store the bins kind of by in location to my house where they live. I know that sounds really weird, but that's how I do it.
All right.
So people that live in like Atlantic County at one end of New Jersey start all the way on the right-hand side, and then it kind of moves all the way around in a U shape. And then by the time you get to the door, that's like people that live in my town.
I love it. So
so organized.
Can you show us the pictures you have of the actual storage? Now, is it a separate storage unit?
Yes.
Okay.
It is a storage unit. It is like less than a mile from my house, maybe 2 miles actually, but it is really close. And my husband is also a germaphobe, so it really grosses him out to have other people's clothes in our house.
Okay.
I love it. We got the OCD and the germaphobe.
Yes, my God. We are quite a combination.
Y'all are work in an awesome, organized way. I like this a lot.
Yeah. COVID was his Super Bowl. He was like sanitizing everything. Like he prepared for it his entire life, being a germaphobe. He was a professional. We still have never caught it. Let me open up my photos.
So did you always have the storage unit? Because one of the questions that people continuously ask is what when should I have a storage unit? Is it worth it? What was your process like for that? Or it was just, that's what I have to do?
I pretty much always had it. I went from selling my stuff and my cousin and my best friend stuff, which was okay.
Mm-hmm.
And then my next client gave me 12 bins. And she was like a friend of a friend and she's amazing. But my husband was like, no, that's not happening. I was like, okay.
All right.
So these are pictures of my storage unit. And I even have like extra boxes and, you know, the tissue paper here. This is my plus size dress form on the right hand side. I keep the standard one in my house.
Mm-hmm.
And then the plus size one, I just take in and out as needed. And then these are baker's racks from Target, baker's racks from Home Depot. And
that's what I use too.
yeah,
they're great.
That's the dog getting bitten by the cat. So then they have, I used to use like a number right here. You can say like I used to use a number inventory system. Actually, when I use consignment software, I use that, I think. And I switched to the town and the first and last name. And then, so then like, this is all one person right here, these 3 bins.
Okay.
These bins are another person. These are another person. Like, so those people have a bunch, but then these are my personal inventory. This is somebody else's. This is all one person. This is like accessories and shoes.
Okay.
So it's stored, so it's stacked up. And then I have coats on a rolling rack. You can see them here. So like coats and like formal dresses, sometimes I won't put in the bin just because they're too bulky and I will store them there.
Yeah.
So do you physically go to the storage unit every day and do you ship from there? Oh, I'm sorry, Molly. I stole it from you.
That's been on my tongue like this whole, less than a mile away. But then what does your shipping process look like?
So Monday through Friday, I ship. During the school year, I ship every day. I drive and even when my daughter was in when she was in preschool, my shipping was 3 days a week. Because she only went to preschool 3 half days. But so Monday through Friday during the school year, I ship every day. I drop her off. I hit it to the storage unit and then I come home. So it's like a little little triangle that I do. In the summer, it's a little bit harder. So I ship Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, no matter what. And if I can, I will ship Tuesdays and Thursdays. But it's been a little bit extra lately with the broken arm and all that going on. So it's been the Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
Gotcha.
All right. Well, that works.
Our listeners missed because we were talking off camera about the broken arm. Her daughter broke her arm at the very end of school. So that's the broken arm she refers to. Yeah,
the second to last day of school, she came home and she fell off the monkey bars out back and she broke her, oh my gosh.
We're authentic here. This is real life, Ashley. It's all real life. Okay.
She fell off the monkey bars and she fractured her humerus right above the growth plate. And she is in a full cast covers her hand and it goes all the way up to here. And because she's only 7, she cannot fully go to the bathroom by herself, like clean herself. Yeah. She can't take a shower by herself. She can't wash her hands because she can't go like this. So like I have to wash one hand and then sanitize the other hand with hand sanitizer. She's actually, at first she couldn't get dressed, but now she's
figured it out.
She's figured it out. So she can do that. But there's it's been a very eventful few weeks.
Oh my gosh.
I bet. So everybody give a little prayer. We're hoping one more week. By the time this airs, that cast is going to be gone.
Oh, really? Oh, wow. I forgot how quickly kids heal. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So in 1 week, it will be a month that she'll have had the cast. So we're going to cut it off, take some extra x-rays. And they said, hopefully it will be off, but
Okay.
Who knows?
I hope for both of you. That's not a fun
It'll
way
be
to
good.
go to spend her summer. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been through that a couple times with my guys. So I feel
Just
for you.
jump in the pool and not worry about getting a cast wet.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I wasn't, do you do your shipping? Sorry, back to the shipping. I had a little question there. Do you do your shipping at your house?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay. That was my only question. So you pick up the items, you bring them back, you do all the stuff you need to do, label them, send them out. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So I should have taken pictures of my office. So my husband used to work at a location, and then this past month he got a promotion and now he works from home. So our office is a shared office now, which is fantastic. However, not when I'm doing an interview.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah. So right now I'm downstairs, but we have like each have our own desk, and I have my Rollo printer, and I have the bedroom, because it was a bedroom. So the closet door on the inside, like all the poly mailers, they're organized by like size. And then I have my little stickers and all that kind of stuff.
Sounds like you're set up, Molly.
I know. I want to see pictures of yours. So for those that listen on iTunes, will you share some of your pictures of your storage, and maybe we can put those on our social media in our story the week of this airs, so that people can see what we see?
Yes, yeah. I can send those to you via text message as I snap my finger.
But y'all really need to go over on YouTube and watch this, because Ashley's sitting here with the biggest smile on her face, yet trying to control her animals in the background. It's really fun to watch.
So do you still do the Galaxy Live sales, or is Instagram your live now?
Well, I always was doing but like I was always like whenever I started doing lives, doing it on Instagram. And then I did do some Galaxy sales. It was not the right fit for me. I couldn't get my viewership to go from Instagram to Galaxy.
Okay.
I think that's better suited for people that are vintage sellers, like if you're a Depopy kind of person, or you can dedicate the time to a social media. Like I don't have the time to dedicate to social media to get my viewers to RSVP. I was just approved though for Whatnot. So I have an onboarding call in 2 Wednesdays for that. So I'll be trying that next.
All right. And where will that fit in? Like when you did Galaxy or whatever live selling platform you use, where will you fit that into your process? Like what will that look like? Will that be the same stuff you're doing on Instagram? Will it be you going to your storage unit and pulling stuff out? What do you think?
So when I was doing it on Galaxy, I was going to my storage unit and pulling stuff out. In my brain, I feel like it's a better feel to have like a cohesive sale. I mean, normally when you got a consignment, the best part about consignment is when you get a consignment client, their items are typically the same size and the same style. So you could essentially just pull one person's consignment bin and do that. But if you want to be more size inclusive, then whoever you're pulling, I like to do like a theme, like Valentine's Day or back to school or Y2K or whatever it is for that day. Does anybody want a job?
Got one.
We're now consigning dogs, friends. No, we're not.
She's from Amish country, so she likes wide open spaces and barking.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
Well, Ashley, as always, this has been an absolute joy talking to you, listening to your process, watching how you do everything. I'm now inspired to tweak a few things in my process. That's why I love this, right? So, yeah, Libby's gonna link everything up so people can find you.
I will, and you will have your very own business flow chart, like we did for the other C chats, where I describe. That's why I was asking some of the questions I was asking, so that we can get a visual representation of how your business process flows. And people have really enjoyed those. And sometimes even when I did my own, it was a little eye-opening to me. I was like, wait a second, I need to cut this part out. I need to be more efficient. So
So I am really excited for something that we are working on together.
I was going to ask you about it. Yay.
I'm so excited because we are working on a reseller candle for the month of November featuring you lovely ladies of Consignment Chats.
I am so excited. I can't wait.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to ask you how that fits into the flow chart and the business and everything. What does it look like when you do that? Because that is a big part, that connection and the crafting, and that is a big part of your business.
There's got to be a whole other spreadsheet for that.
How do you manage that?
There isn't, because it's kind of a I don't know. I just put it in as they sell onto my spreadsheet. And as far as making them, I just do it when my brain has time. I don't know. I don't really know how that happens. I know that
and then you
before the next month. So
yeah. So our candle will be coming out in November, I believe is our month.
That's our
Molly has a flight of candles there behind her that Ashley had made. Yes.
Right. Ooh, right there.
We love them. Yeah. We're just really excited about that collaboration.
Yes. So we get to figure out what our scents are going to be, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you guys need to check out, you have some in your shop, right? That's where Libby bought me my flight gift of candles.
Do you sell them exclusively on Poshmark?
So I sell the reseller candles on Poshmark or Etsy, and then the signature scents I sell exclusively on Poshmark.
Okay.
And I think, was it Leslie's that's out this month?
Yes. So Leslie, A Reseller's Passion, her signature scent is vanilla coffee. And instead of taking like any proceeds for her candle, she is donating it to the Hydro something.
I read it, and now
I don't even know how to pronounce it. Her daughter was born with this disease, and she is donating the proceeds of her candle to this charity for her in her daughter Sonia's name.
Yes, I love it.
Wonderful, wonderful. So you're providing avenues for people to raise money in their community and for the causes that are important to them, and that's pretty amazing.
Not everybody has chosen to donate to a different charity. The first person that did was Deneen, Frugal Fashionista. She actually donated to my daughter's Girl Scout troop. So yeah, it was so sweet. I'm actually like welling up because it was so kind of her. It was like her own idea, and she's like, "Well, all the candles that sell, your daughter can have the money for."
I love that.
That is really wonderful. Wow. This community is the best.
I know. I'm going to have fun thinking of the scents. Like when I think of Leslie with the vanilla coffee, that is so her, because she's always drinking her coffee like I am. Like I love that she loves her coffee. So Libby, we're going to have fun figuring out what is the C Chat scent.
I have some ideas. So yeah.
Got some talking.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned, y'all. Coming in November.
The Hydrocephalus Association that Miss Leslie's candle proceeds are going to.
Wonderful. What a wonderful.
I adore her. I adore everything she does, her creativity, her soul, her spirit. She's amazing.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
Yes. All right.
For you, my friend. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Again, I can't wait to come up with the next reason we can pull you in to be with us, because we love having you.
Yes, thank you.
I already know it's going to be prior or at your candle launch time. Duh.
Oh, yes. What was I thinking?
Oh, all right. We got to come up with some good ideas.
Maybe we can even like meet IRL to give you the first candle.
Molly is headed this way to in September. She's headed up to.
That might be too early though.
I could meet if we get everything.
All right, we will get you what you need.
All right. Oh, this could be fun. I like your thinking.
All right. Well, I hope to see you girls. Even if not, maybe we can still just meet up and
absolutely.
Do some thrifting or have a passion sip or a sip and sip. Who knows?
Or a sit,
All right.
sip.
Sit and sip. I like that too.
Awesome.
All right, Ashley, we love having you. Thank you so much.
Thank
for your
you.
time.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, so much fun. Always with that.
So much fun. And I can't help but compare and contrast to the other See It with C Chats episodes. There's a playlist for them. If you guys haven't seen them, check it out. Different ways you might increase your efficiency, different ways you might think about doing things. But it always strikes me how much different everybody's process is.
And they're all working for everybody, which I love. Everybody makes it work for them, right?
Yes. And I walked away with some ideas for sure.
I did too. Sure. You have some tweaking to do on my end, and I really could use her OCD for organization popping into my life some. Just a little bit. Sometimes I'm good, but I need her for 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But I just always love her positivity, her energy. I adore her. We adore her.
Yeah, she is an asset to the community for sure.
100%. 100%. So today started Molly's Listapalooza summer. What did we should have come up
We
with?
were saying that we were calling it a festival because we're doing it. This is our second of 3 this summer.
Yes, we're in, month 2, July 13th through the 15th. Yeah. So it started today. This is our first time hosting the Listapalooza on weekdays versus over a weekend. So I'm really curious to see the difference in listing numbers and participation when doing it during the work week versus the weekend, right?
I am very curious. We'll see.
If you haven't joined us on a Listapalooza and you want to, jump on over to our private community on Facebook, because that is a great place. We do an event over there. It's a great place to get positively supported and get your back patted and your lift ups and your humor throughout it all as we all go through this Listapalooza together. And what is a Listapalooza?
So I want to say that it is open to online, so we call it listing, but it is open to brick and mortar stores as well for all those items that are coming in, whether they're consignment, buyout, right? The rules are a little bit different, but it's still pretty easy. We have brick and mortar that participate. We have online, and we get up as many listings as possible. We set goals, and just hop on and see what it's all about.
We encourage you to put in our little private event your own personal goal that you're striving for that 3 days. But then we also create an overall group goal that we strive for as a group to meet. And we do have prizes for first and second place. Even though we like to say everyone's a winner in Molly's Listapalooza. Why? Because it boosts all of our business and we all love doing it together. It's so much fun. But
I want to say, I've said this for the previous ones we've done, the most impressive thing to me is the person that gets in there and does at least one listing a day. That first listing is the hardest. Don't feel like you need to throw up big numbers. Sometimes that one is all you need. That's all you need. It's sometimes the hardest, but anybody that gets in there and does, one listing, it's one listing more than you had before. And we are all for that.
That's why we say we don't give trophies to everybody, but in our community, we all really do get trophies.
Right.
We're all, I know, because it makes us sad. There's always somebody that wants to come and say, but I just listed 3. No,
no such thing as just.
3. You listed 3 items. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. What else you got to tell us about besides being in the middle of the beginning stages of this round?
I know we're all Listapalooza. Last week. This week we're talking about it. Community. So we are talking about for the month of July. Our topic, we like to have a topic for the month, is community. Mm-hmm. And not only community in C Chats and other resellers and community that way, but how we can use community in our business to, grow our sales, grow our, whatever your mission is, whether it's to grow your customer base, grow your sales, provide items. And we're getting a lot of awesome feedback in different ways people are implementing that. And I've just been really enjoying that in our community, talking about community for our business, because we separate those as two different things. And if you're not using community to grow your business, hop into the C Chats community, get some ideas, and don't miss out on that wonderful opportunity.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah,
a lot of what everybody's doing is pretty amazing. Amazing. It's always fun to read and hear about. Love it.
And give us a thumbs up on this video if you're watching it, please.
Yeah.
Go ahead, just click that button.
Click that bell.
Oh, click the bell. Yeah. We haven't gone live in a while. We might be due for another live episode. And you want to have that bell clicked so you know, hey, ladies are going live.
I love that you just said we need to do a live again, because you used to hate doing lives. Look at how much you've grown.
You know why?
That's like saying I just listed one. Look, now you're like, I think we should do a live.
Because of the community and all the support and camaraderie that we've received both in our consignment business and in our C Chats group is why I like to go live, because it is a positive experience.
Love it. It is, isn't it? So subscribe, like, follow, all those good things. Our friends that listen to us over on iTunes, on podcast, give us that little rating, that feedback we prefer. How many stars, Libby?
5.
Put the whole hand out there. Come on. Patreon, right?
Oh, yeah, that's like next level community. So we offer coaching on Patreon, and we do monthly calls on Patreon where it's a more personal experience. It's not recorded. There's nothing like that. We just really get down into the nitty gritty and talk about consignment life, reselling life, ideas, business boosters. We have accountability, which that's my thing.
Accountability, we get networking, and we get a lot of support, laughs, and love.
It's been great. It's been really wonderful to be able to do that on a more personal level. Really.
So we just threw out a lot of information out there, but the easiest way to get it all in one simple form is to go to consignmentchats.com. And that's where you can link up to whatever of all this platforms and things we said fits in your lifestyle. So
yes.
Yeah. All right, Libby, until next time. Cheers, my friend.
Cheers. Thanks for joining Libby and Molly, the ladies of Consignment Chats, as we build a resourceful community of collaborative resellers. Find all the ways to connect with us at consignmentchats.com. Episodes are available on YouTube and anywhere you get your podcasts. In addition, you can find us on Facebook in our Consignment Chats community. Until next time.